Good evening, everyone. So last night we talked a little bit about how the star card is an excellent meditation tool on remembering that, yes, our world can go to shit in a handbasket, but we have the choice to continue and push through it so we can find the other side where all the good stuff is actually at. And I mentioned a quick personal story last night about how, in my own personal moment, was when I had to shut down my store and then refine my purpose, and I'm still working on it. But I wanted to share another story that actually goes rather well with the season, and also it is a moment where, much like you probably feel right now, or you regularly feel around this time of year, where you feel like you have no hope, but I was able to reignite it. Because seasonal affective disorder does affect me every year in varying degrees. And I'm not going to lie, because I am human. It's a sad fact. I am human. There, secrets out. But even I occasionally forget my personal coping mechanisms to ensure that it doesn't affect me too much, to the point that I actually become a danger to myself and others. Because, let's face it, seasonal affective disorder is no joke. And if you've never heard of seasonal affective disorder, it is an unfortunate thing that does happen regularly to people in the North every winter. And it's a depression that is part biological and part, honestly, just the way society has made us feel like we needed to be perfect. We need to get things done, now. And it just doesn't work. I'm sorry, but it really doesn't for some of us who legit, excuse me, legit cannot be that perfect society person. And unfortunately, if you are one of those that already deals with a low-grade depression throughout the year anyway, it gets agitated beyond all reason around the winter season. Well, last year, I'm not gonna lie, it slapped me hard. It slapped hard. It sucked. But as you can see, I got through it because last winter, seasonal affective disorder was so not my friend. I was heavy withdrawing from everything and everyone. I was irritable. I honestly got to the point that I started writing, unfortunately, I'm lightweight ashamed to say it, but suicide letters. Saying all of my goodbyes and making plans on where everything and everyone was going to go. It was not a good time. Not even a little bit. But the universe kept on making sure I didn't have a window to go with my plan, so that I could have my moment where, remember me saying with the star last night how hope isn't fireworks, it's quiet little things. Well, the universe knows that I'm a little on the slow side. And my quiet little things did start actually being a little more obvious the more often that my window for my perfect plan kept on getting screwed. And I'm not going to lie, I still spent much of last winter still very stuck in my seasonal affective disorder mayhem and madness and irk. But little things helped me be able to push those feelings aside and actually quantify them as very solidly not me, but just symptoms of up here. Little things like my family dragging me out to do things even if I didn't want to do them. Little things like making sure that I enjoyed Christmas lights whenever I was out door dashing or driving around running errands, with it being dark outside, where you can actually enjoy the Christmas lights. And I think probably the most important thing of all was just people actually reaching out and making sure that I was okay. Because I am unfortunately one of those people that is always okay. I'm the guy that's there for everybody. But I will never, ever really reach out unless I absolutely cannot handle it. And even then, I hesitate on reaching out because it's me. I'm the guy that's there for everybody. It's what I do. But if any part of that earlier stage of seasonal affective that I was going through last year is you right now, or where you're starting to head to, I want you to remember that there's always a reason why your perfect plan on execution didn't go as planned. Why suddenly it doesn't follow through. It's because you are missing those little signs that there is still hope. That it's really just seasonal affective disorder kicking you in the brain cells. And here's how you can push through that seasonal affective disorder, along with all the other things that you can Google, and like red light, random teas, all those things. But something that you can do, whether you are on the go, stuck at home, wherever it is that you're at. Something that helps me every time I know that I am getting close to that point and I am aware enough to remember this coping mechanism. Name 3 things that you know would be directly affected by you if you're not there to take care of them. Even if it's your damn cat or dog. Your pet will notice if you're gone. And even though I really question this about cats, your pets do appreciate you. They do love you in their own way. Obvious reasons for why I question cats. But even if you are a weekend parent, your kids will notice if you're not there. Even if it seems like they don't spend time with you when they are over. It's not that they don't care. That's just their routine. And if you think that your family doesn't care, well, the phone does work both ways. They could call you, you could call them. But there's always 1 or 2 in your family that will notice that you're not okay and they are happy to be there for you. Or they know that you don't like to open up, but they would still listen if you called. And they probably do want to ask if you're okay. They just, like I said, know that you don't like to open. So, when you start to feel seasonal affective start to really kick in the brain cells, think of 3 things that would be directly affected if you cannot show up and at least on some level be there. And most importantly, ask yourself, is this problem really going to be the thing that breaks me? How strong or weak are you? And remember what all you've already lived through when you ask yourself, is this really going to be the thing that breaks me? There's your words and food for thought, guys, and hopefully a couple little helpy helpers. Tomorrow night we will get more back on track with little tidbits and things to help you out on a more mystical level than our fun little quick mundane night. And if you ever feel like you need someone to talk to, and you'd rather it was someone that isn't as close to home, feel free to send a message. I'm always an open ear, and I occasionally am able to leave you at least with a couple small giggles. Have a good night.